Hello, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2. Last time I finally finished the DLC. Didn't explore everything. Oh well. Now I'm working my way through the requirements to try fighting Darklurker. I checked very briefly. Supposedly Shaded Woods is the easiest cavern to go through. So I'm gonna hope that that's true and go here first. Okay, I gained a rank.
The dark beset upon you runs deeper than I
Apologies,
had
my water
imagined.
bottle.
Let us see. You have seen what once was a great void of darkness, but slowly
Okay.
scatter. It is we who will.
Okay.
The mouth to the if you.
I just want to get this boss fight done.
May the
Okay, yeah. I'm glad I don't have to do the Black Gulch one again. Not having to deal with a phantom just to enter the thing. Death pits. Yes. Apparently this has like a hovel guy. I'm gonna have a lot of fun here. Oh, thank goodness. That's so good. Oh, that's so good. Oh, getting the backstab makes that not abysmal. I have no idea what his HP is. Okay, it's decent. Okay, easy. Oh yeah, one of these guys again. Oh, this guy's a little bit more magical looking. I don't know what's up with this guy. I don't know what he has glowing on him. He can't see me. Oh, is that gonna be... No, it isn't. I was thinking it's gonna be Tears of Denial. So I was gonna get him to 0 and he's gonna not die. This one so far is better than the Black Gulch one. But probably only because I one-shot the hovel guy with a backstab. I think these pits would be annoying enough to make me not want to repeat this one. That one's pretty fun though. These guys give more souls than... I don't want to go that way yet because I think I have to light the brazier. These guys give more souls than the horses in DLC 3's ice area give. Okay, that's the other guy. Good. If I just have to kill those 3, that's not that bad. Yeah, that's not that bad. That's better than the Black Gulch one, for sure. All dependent on the hovel, though. If hovel cooperates and I can backstab him, then way better. Better as in easier. I think death pits are really lame. But that's a personal preference, sort of. Sometimes I think death pits could be interesting. Like, I didn't fight him with the death pits, but the dragon rider in the Tower of Flame, I kind of respect that type of death pit, where it's a set zone on the outside so you don't go too far out. It's at least kind of interesting. Now to the Shaded Woods for the last and then the first attempt at the boss. Because you will go straight into the boss when you enter when you clear it. Hopefully this one's easy. And hopefully the boss is easy. Heh. I already know about probably the biggest gimmick. Gimmick is not the right word. The biggest mechanic, I already know that he splits at half health-ish. I don't know the specifics of any of his other attacks. I do also know, from having seen it, someone dying to it, that on death he can explode, and that can kill you. And then your win doesn't count, and you have to fight him again. So, I'm going to be very careful when he's at low HP. Like, I will do my best to keep myself from finishing him off until I have energy to roll after I hit him.
Finally, you are here. Not young.
Okay, whatever.
The mouse to the beef.
It's not a very interesting covenant.
May the dark.
Like, a lot of covenants in Dark Souls 1 are very, or at least kind of interesting, from my limited perspective. They are pretty much all PvP covenants though, right? So it's not interesting that way. This one's just, you only join this covenant to clear these 3 fight areas, and that's kind of the only reason to join it. I mean, there's items you get for clearing them, but that's a death pit. I hate them. You could probably jump that. I'm thinking about if I have to run Darklurker a dozen times, I will probably attempt that jump. Is that guy aggroed on me? It is. What the? The furthest one away aggroed. That's so janky. And it's shooting lightning at me. It can see me through walls. It's not dangerous at all. It can see me through walls. Okay, this one just aggroed. Maybe. I am going to play this super lame, because I'm going to have to fight the boss after this. Oh. Any healing I do will be with life gems. Is there only one left? It looks to be that way. He did so much damage. But he does not know how to roll. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm probably don't need 2 life gems. I want to be certain that I'm full quickly. On the off chance that lighting this is what triggers the boss. I don't think it is. I think I have to go into the fog thing at the end, but I will even use a repair powder here for the first attempt, just in case I get it to almost death and my weapon breaks. I don't want to risk that on my first attempt. But if it doesn't take... If fighting it doesn't consume half the durability, then I'll probably just not worry about it. And if it uses a lot of durability fighting the boss, I will use a different weapon for the first run to the boss. And this is probably the one I'm going to do. Because that was that felt very safe. I should have waited to do that. Get up here. No one else is in here, so I can go to the left. Okay. It's respectable. It's close enough for this guy at least. Can I swing this 4 times with my stamina? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty good. It still does worse damage. I'm not going to use it right now, but it's worth considering for that alone. Dark damage. I'm going into this prepared is my goal. I will use 1. I'll never actually use these for future attempts, probably, but I just kind of want to see. Give the first attempt the best chance it's got. I will do this fight locked on until it splits. Oh no. Are they gonna shoot stuff straight down? Or... Okay, he shot something into it that then... Oh goodness, this is a lot of HP. Come off the wall, please. Just please. Please move. Please just don't sit on the wall so I can actually do... Oh yeah, actually, let's look at this. I think he shoots it into one. And then it comes out the other. Okay. That's predictable. Okay, he's never moving. So I'm not going to try to wait for him to move away from the wall anymore. He moves, but he only goes towards the wall. Good to learn. Okay. Weird. Oh, he moved, finally. I might be able to go for 2 there. 1, not a stab. Good damage, 2 hits, then it goes through. Ooh, I forgot that it exploded. I need to remember that it explodes. Okay, I don't know what that is. That's just him teleporting. Oh, he split it like 60%. I'm absolutely going to consider using the Gower's Ring so that I can tank hits more easily. I mean, I can't tank magic hit. I mean, he's honestly a really slow boss. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know. Hopefully this isn't a one-shot. Okay, it's not a one-shot. I was greeting intentionally. Can you just be careful here? Because that's going to explode in a huge AoE. I'm dead. Oh, he's so slow. He's so slow. Okay. Genuinely not that bad of a boss. He's so incredibly slow. It makes him actually super manageable. First try, baby. He's such a slow boss. Like, his melees are slow. I could have gotten super lucky. He could have multiple attacks that are super difficult to deal with.
I knew that there is more
But
dark within you. Dark is
that was so much easier than I would have expected.
young and deep. The dark we need.
Xanthus stuff.
May the
And that's it.
finally you are here now. Yeah.
Okay, that's over. Oh, do you have any useful items? Spells that I'll never use. Well, the hexes, I think, technically, but I have no use for these anymore.
May the dark
I mean, that was...
shine
Oh,
your way.
look what's over here. A chest. That was easy. That was genuinely the biggest anticlimactic boss. But I don't think it was a bad boss. I think it was just easier than I expected. I do think I got a little lucky that I was able to get like 2 or 3 hits on both of them because they both got hit, so it was basically double damage. I think if I didn't get that luck, it might have been a lot worse. But now, it's time to end the game. I'm not going to do the Benhart stuff because I kind of want to be done with this game at this point. I don't know how hard the last bosses actually are, but it's time to give them a go after I get to 60. I did reach the necessary level before the game ended to power stance 2 weapons that I will never actually use in combat. Kind of like the, like, my levels are kind of jank. Like, 2020 Int and Faith, just to use weapons that I used for... I killed 4 enemies with them, never used them again. Well, just to power stance the sword in my left hand. So that's 28 levels wasted that could be anywhere else. 6 attunement, 6 vigor. Pretty good. Pretty happy with that. But here's the real goal I've been working towards for the last several levels. Left. Power stance. Strong attack. Wrong strong attack. Oh, single hand. Strong attack L2. Double explosion. Yay! How many times can I attack with this? 1. I still can attack only twice. Yeah, I don't think it's viable at all because I don't have the weight. Well, I wouldn't be able to use real armor because I don't have enough vigor. So it would be a bad choice to use that, but it was worth getting the levels for that because, I mean, the levels are still good for this weapon. It gave me more damage here. Not a crazy amount more, but it did give me more. Now it's time to go back to Drang Lake at the King's Gate and fight the bosses, hopefully. Hopefully they all take 1 attempt. That would be the ideal. Yep, I think I need to go here with the King's Ring equipped. Oh, and I did that boss with Covetous Serpent Ring equipped still. So, pretty funny. Okay, this should let me in here. And then it's final bosses. Though before I beat them, I'm going to do a real quick scan through of all the bosses that I fought. Make sure I didn't miss any. Last Giant, Pursuer, Dragon Rider, Old Dragon Slayer, Flexel Sentry, Ruined Sentinels, Belfry Gargoyles, Lost Sinner, Skeleton Lords, Executioner's Chariot, Covetous Demon, Mytha the Baneful Queen, Smelter Demon, Ironkeep version, Old Iron King, Royal Rat Vanguard, The Rotten, Scorpioness Najka, Royal Rat Authority, Prowling Magus, Dukesteer Freya, Dragon Rider Double Form, Looking Glass Knight, Darklurker, Demon of Song, Velstad, Vendrick. I didn't do the Guardian Dragon. No, I did do the Guardian Dragon. I didn't do the Ancient Dragon. I'm not going to bother with the Ancient Dragon. And the Giant Lord. That's from the main game. Then Ilana, the Triple Fight, Sin, Fume Knight, Alone, Smelter Demon, Ava, Burnt Ivory, Lud, and Zalin. So yeah, it's just Throne Watcher and Defender, Nishandra, and Aldia. Though Aldia's optional, but I'm going to fight Aldia if I can.
My journey is already complete. My name is Shanalot. The dragon gave me this name. For I was born with none.
Technically, no one's born with a name.
I was born of dragons, contrived by men, by ones who would cozen fate herself. They are the ones who created me, but they failed. I did not come out as intended. Fate would not be bested, and men were cursed once again. If you proceed, Nishandra will come after you, knowing that you will take the throne and link the fire. She covets the first flame, and the Great Soul put Nishandra to rest.
I'm actually going to double check how I make sure I fight Aldia. Because I think it does have something to do with your choice of ending. Nothing else to say? So yeah, if you kill Vendrick before you kill Nishandra, then you fight Aldia. So I should fight Aldia here. I should also change the ring. What's that? Well, I got a new ring at some point recently. What was it? It was a hex ring, right? That one. Is there a Ring of Blades +2 that I missed somewhere? Or is there only a +1? Because a +2 would be nice. Because more damage is more damage. As I walk towards the... I don't like this run. I like it. Aesthetically, it's actually great. And there's no enemies, probably. So I'm glad for that. Do I just do my best to beat it in one try? This would require me swapping this, though. Ooh, that's different. I don't hate it. It's very Hufflepuff. Who's available to spawn? I won't spawn anyone, but are these people or are these Bradley of the Old Guard? Ben Hart? And a real person. Definitely a real person, that one. Oh, it is different. It's gold. It's more gold. Okay. I am going to do everything I can to beat it in one go. And by that I mean I'm going to use one of these. Which is definitely not everything I can, and I'm probably going to fail, but... Double fight. Always love double fights. I know that there's, like... ways to... have them fall over the edge. It's not a lot of HP, honestly. I'm not that worried. Unlock on. Safety Estus. Okay, that was a bad roll. I'm not going to lock on anymore, because then I can actually use Gower's Ring. Because if I'm locked on, it's useless. I think it is worth the greed to take the hits where I can hit them both. I know that he can revive her based on what I've seen and based on the fact that the Watcher isn't dead. Okay, please don't one-shot me. Okay, this should be easy. I mean, I do a lot of damage because I'm over-leveled, for sure. But for a final boss, they don't have that much HP. I am over-leveled, again, very much. Nishandra will show up. They don't have as much HP as it feels like they should. But also it's a gank boss, so I don't hate it.
You have proven yourself to me.
Wow, you're not what you looked like previously. Actually, it's already been revealed that she's a daughter of... She's a fragment of Dark and a daughter of... Or a fragment of Manus. Who's like the father of the Abyss and all that. Oh, am I immune to Curse? One of her gimmicks, I think, is Curse Orbs. If I'm immune to Curse, that entire gimmick is nothing.
Be one with the dark.
Yeah, if it's Curse Orbs, this is going to be way easier. If it's not Curse and it's some other damaging effect, it might be dangerous. Okay, it is just pure damage. But you can hit them to get rid of them. It absolutely seems like just life gem is probably the more efficient use of your time. Accept the tick damage and life gem regularly. Okay. I died. I don't feel bad about that one because she started her laser directly on top of me. And I didn't really have enough... I mean, I was healing anyway. I wouldn't have had time to react anyway, but... If I have to do the first part again, that will be a little bit annoying. Oh god, I have to do this every time, aren't I? Oi! You didn't do this last time. What's wrong with you? I'm not a fan of the run. Just because of the door. Make the door stay open for the player on repeat attempts. You don't need to make it annoying like that. I'm thinking that it might be that I have to do all three again, like the first fight again. But I kind of hope not, because it was a pretty dull fight. I could definitely die to it, but it's not an interesting fight. There's not a lot going on. Oh, and against the Chandra, I think I'll try not to heal with an Estus if I'm not... if she lasers, I will dodge the laser and then heal then. That seems like the safest idea. I'm gonna assume it's the same cutscene. I don't need the souls, so... Yeah, I will get rid of one of them on the assumption that they stack. But... it's good to know that basically an Elizabeth mushroom will keep me at full health. I don't know what this is. I figured it was an explosion. Okay. Okay, that's a really tight swing. Oh, I'm dead. I don't want to heal here. This should be safe to heal. Okay, not at all the input I wanted. Get me out of that. I was spamming the roll because I knew I was about to get lasered to death. Ah, rough. You know what I should do? I might try equipping like a dagger in my... not in my offhand. Actually, could I do it in my offhand? If I put just a dagger here and I tap this, can I swing? I can. Perfect. So tap again to re-equip this. That's gonna be easy. So I'll just stop two-handing, swing once with the dagger for each of the orbs that I choose to break. Because if I had a faster weapon, I would have not been killed by the laser. Because my swing is so slow that I can't do couldn't dodge the laser, even though I knew it was coming. I also don't know if I need Gower's Ring. It might be better to go with a Dark Ring. Dark Quartz +1 might be the one. Ring of Resistance might be... No, Poison, Bleed, Curse, Petrify. This is Dark. This might be better. Do I want this? I don't think it will help that much. I think I would have died more on that last attempt without the Gower's Ring. Because I got hit with the scythe and it kept me alive once. But the laser might be... If the laser is dark damage and that's what's killed me every time I've actually died, I'll try it once. See how it goes. Also, look at that dagger just floating there. So, when I get to an orb... Boom, and then back. Boom, and back. I just need to get used to that. I am going to use another Elizabeth mushroom. I am also... It's the end of the game. I haven't used a single old Radiant Life Gem yet, because my HP total is so low that I don't really need to, but... Let's hope that I beat her on this attempt, so that I don't run out of mushrooms. I'm not gonna grab my souls, because there's no souls in that. Okay, 2 hits is all I'm gonna go for. Tap, swing, tap. Tap, swing, tap. There's a whispering Nishandra being said. It's just me. I'm not a fan of how far away that laser starts. Because in these games, the laser attacks tend to start a lot closer to the body of the enemy shooting them. So it kind of psychs me out a little. But I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it psychs me out. I'm dead. I'm not dead. She just didn't shoot at me properly. Wow. I should have died there. Oh, she looked like she was preparing to swing again. I mean, she's not a hard boss. Like, it's very straightforward. Like, there's not a lot to make that complicated. Many marks. See, something about many monarchs came and went.
Not one of them stood here. As you do.
So I think that was Aldia referencing the previous ones.
Conqueror of adversities.
Like the DLC bosses.
Give us your answer.
Did I do damage? I did not do damage. I have no idea what he's about to do. Okay, this is not a lock-on type boss. I'm not a fan of this boss so far. Mostly the fire underneath him, meaning that I couldn't attack him there without taking a lot of damage. I'm just not a fan of that. That's all I can do. Wait for that attack. Don't take a risk of getting hit. Oh, this is him. He's gonna explode. There's no way this is not him exploding. Oh, there's a pit there. There's a pit. Good to know. I totally forgot. I couldn't see what he was doing. It didn't look like it was exploding, though. It looked like it was shooting out in multiple directions. Not too bad. I mean, absolutely abysmal, but I'm going to equip the flame ring on the next attempt. Because that's a lot of fire. I can remove the dagger. Unless I have to fight Nishandra again, but probably not. Yeah, it looks to me like I should be able to finish this today. It was fun. I don't think it's a terrible game. I think, honestly, it had a lot more stuff that was frustrating compared to Dark Souls 1. I do think it might overall be a game that I think is more interesting than Dark Souls 1, which isn't really fair because Dark Souls 1 is a fair bit older. Not many, it's older. It's not way older, but like, and this game came after, so it tried and changed stuff. Some of what it changed I like, some of it I dislike. Yeah, I'm a fan of how, like, basically I like having 4 rings. It's just more variety, more options, different choices you can make. Admittedly, it did become always have Chloranthy ring, and because I'm wearing heavy armor, always have the soldier ring, which isn't it's not a lot of variety, but it allows for potential. Because if the only choices I had was, if I could only have 2 rings, it would be Chloranthy and the soldier ring. So having the choice for the 2 other rings is interesting. I think it's an improvement. I'm mixed on life gems. I think they were necessary to implement with how the game plays. Because the game... Oh, I actually really don't want to lose all my souls. Like, I had like 180,000. And seeing how many I can end the game with would be fun. Okay, that hit me. I actually think this is a trash fight. Like, maybe I'm missing something interesting, but it's basically wait till he does 1 attack and then you can fight him. If he doesn't do that 1 attack, you can't do anything. Oh, you stand too I mean, maybe if I was a mage... Okay, I could see what this does. I could be attacking him, but I want to be 100% certain to know what this does. Maybe I should attack him. Maybe if I don't attack him, he kills me. It's just a fireball. Good to know. It's a really bad fight for melee. He explodes. I can get 2 hits in. And then I get burned. I'll actually even Estus that. And then he does this for a while. I can't hit him now because I might get hit. But it's worth the risk. That looks like he would explode. I don't know what's going on. Oh, did he just take a ton of damage? I'm gonna play this fireball safe. So it looks like when I got him below a certain amount, maybe he took a ton of self-damage. Because I don't think I hit him enough to get him quite as low as he is. Oh. Okay. I can't fight him. Okay. I can only get one hit in. I don't... Okay, now is the only time that I can actually attack him. And maybe only one? I'm only going to do one. Yeah, I can only get one hit in safely. This is a terrible fight. Oh, God. I think this is a very bad fight. Like... I would say the majority of the game is designed around melee. So a boss where you can only attack him like 10-20% of the time because he just burns a huge AoE damage.
Remain here patiently.
It's not fun. It's not a good boss.
Throne will certainly receive you. But the question remains. Would you tell me?
Whose voices?
Light, dark, or something else entirely?
I don't know what the secondary voice is. I'm going to choose to just leave. Not for any reason other than it's just a fun ending. Like, it's aesthetically kind of neat that you can just leave. Yeah. And here, I don't think it's a terrible game. I think it could be better, in my personal opinion. Like, some of the boss runs were really bad. Like, just too many enemies that chase you forever. I can respect not letting you get through fog walls for free, but...
Beyond the scope of light, beyond the reach of dark. What could possibly await us?
I think, on average, I think the bosses in this game were better than Dark Souls 1. The runs were worse overall.
Receive it insatiably,
But I think
such is our fate.
the design of the boss, within the boundaries of the fog wall, I think there were a lot of bosses that were a lot better than Dark Souls 1's bosses. There were also a lot of bosses that were a lot worse. Like, personally, I think there were too many multi-enemy bosses. Way too many. Because those are not... I don't find those fun. Some of them are fine, honestly. Some of them might have been because I was over leveled and so they died in 8 hits. But the cat double boss fight felt kind of reasonable. Because sometimes one would back off. I didn't fight them as a duo for very long. But they would occasionally split up. It wouldn't always be them attacking you in melee. But I think this iteration of the gargoyles is worse than Dark Souls 1's gargoyles. Because Dark Souls 1's gargoyles, there's only 2 of them. There might be 3. I think there's only 2. But they clearly, if one is breathing fire, you could focus on the other one. If it breathes fire, you can focus on it. It freezes them in place. I prefer that. There's a bit of like, here's an opportunity to attack. This gargoyle, my memory is run back and forth until one of them chases you and the other ones don't, and try to get 1 or 2 hits onto that one. That was it. It was not a fun boss. I think there's a lot of cool bosses though. Like, I think Fume Knight's fun. I think Alone is great. I think the final bosses were pretty bad. I think when I fought Gwyn, I just ended up relying on like waiting until he would do his jump attack, hit him then, and then keep my distance for the rest of the fight circling, because without parrying, it didn't feel like he had many opportunities to attack that were safe. Whereas, and I didn't really level, I don't think I leveled much vitality, I definitely leveled some vitality. Or health, whatever it is, vigor. But I think Gwyn is a better fight than any of the final bosses here, but he was annoying to fight. Like, I think if I was willing to learn to parry, is that the game breaking? Or is this some intentional... No, that's the game breaking. That's some intentional garbage. That's not some intentional garbage. It's just the game breaking. I think all 3 final bosses of this game were just kind of meh. I think Aldio was really bad because the game is generally played melee, and the amount of time that you couldn't attack him because he just dealt a ton of fire damage was lame. But that's just personal opinion. That has its own value. He wasn't super hard. The Watcher and... Okay. Any humans shouldn't look at this. This is really annoying. Actually, I'm gonna get sidetracked, but yeah. The double fight for bosses, not great. Not very interesting. Can I just push a button to skip? No. I like playing... When I finish a game, I like letting the credits play. I'm gonna... Okay, it stopped. It could be my computer's fault somehow. But yeah, first boss was bad. Nishandra, kind of interesting. Like, aesthetically pleasing. Not very difficult. So those weren't great. Darklurker was cool, but he's really slow. Like, Pontiff Sullivan in Dark Souls 3 is hard because he's fast when he splits, but he's actually... I think when I fought him, he wasn't that bad. But like, when he splits, he's fast. And that's actually a good example of a multi-enemy boss fight where it's coordinated. The first Pontiff attacks, the second Pontiff attacks. It's shadowing each other, which makes it more like it has openings that are clear instead of luck-based. Like, oh, they happen to not do 2 bad attacks at the same time. But, yeah. But now I'm going to talk. This game had the PC port is not good. It's not terrible. It ran fine. But like, whenever I open the game, I have another screen. It flickers. Other screen flickers. If I have tabs that are sort of set up in a corner, like a quarter of a window is a notepad document. If I have that there, occasionally it would turn it into a half page. Occasionally it would banish it beneath the screen to a section that I couldn't get it back. It's not a good port. The remastered port never had that issue. I think there's a few games that have had that issue, or maybe not even games, maybe programs in general, where when it full screens, it messes with other screens. So I think it's just the implementation of full screen is a major issue with this one. The game didn't crash. So, I mean, that's good. That weird flickering was weird. That could just be because it's out of date and it's not up to, like, it doesn't run perfectly on modern hardware, software, firmware, whatever. I don't know everything. But, I mean, it ran properly. That's the most important part. It's a really long credits. Very long. The issue is I would alt-tab to, like, reduce the music volume. But if I alt-tab, it will probably look fine in the capture. But it's the type of full screen. Not all full screens, like, okay, borderless full screens where it's full screen and you can move your mouse outside. Obviously, those don't minimize when you leave the screen. Most full screens that are dedicated full screen, recently, I mean, I think anything that's alt-tabbed dedicated full screen, they used to always minimize. I'm not sure if they still do. Because this one doesn't have borderless full screen, and most games, programs that full screen have that as a capability. Whereas this one, if I alt-tab, it minimizes, both my screens flicker, and then it's not visible for me. But I think it would capture just fine. It was a fun game though. I'm sitting here, these credits have been going for 4 minutes-ish. Nah, maybe 3. Steady hand. Oh yeah, I never did Macduff's quest thing, huh? Remembering back, I'm not gonna go do it now, because I'm not actually that interested in getting a couple quests done. But he was sitting on a chest, so I assume if you do some stuff with him, whether it's getting him to smith stuff or whatever, maybe he gets off the chest and you get an item. No idea. Something that made me remember, I didn't infuse a single weapon. Infusions were in this game. I didn't infuse anything. Interesting. All the legalese. Ooh, copyright 1995-1998. SSL implementation written by Eric Young. 2006, Simon Brown. 2003, 1999, Aladdin Enterprises. Copyright 2008, Google Inc. Havoc.com. Lots of stuff. Yeah, I never infused any weapons. I don't think I really infused anything in Dark Souls 1 either. I really think infusion related stuff really improved with Dark Souls 3 and especially Elden Ring. Elden Ring, I think, did it the best because it's so flexible. And that's the game. I'll talk with her once. See if she said anything.
Bearer of the curse until hope.
Nope. Obviously not. I wonder how many Estises I missed. I'm not going to level up. I'm going to leave the souls sitting here. Could get 4 more vigor. Yeah, 4 levels of vigor would have given me 10% more HP. Like, that would be a lot. There's so much stuff I didn't interact with, though. Like, I never bought anything from the guy in that house. I never learned how to get inside that house. I still don't know how you get inside that house. I'm also pretty sure there must have been more Estus flasks in the game, right? Yeah. No idea where this key is. There's nothing important in here. I'm going to very quickly see how many Estus flasks there are in this game. So, Estus flask shards. Yeah, after reaching 12 Estus flasks. So you can get to 12. Which means I could have had 4 more. And it wouldn't have mattered because most fights I only used a few because I either won the fight or died. So it wasn't really, it was infrequent to run out of Estus, and if I did, I could life gem. It was infrequent on bosses to run out of Estus. Yeah, and I only missed 1 Sublime Bone Dust. It's able to go up to a +5. Yeah, nothing to say. But yeah, that's the end of this game. I'm done with this. Will I ever play it ever again? Maybe. Probably not, though. There were so many frustrating sections for me that were just annoying to play. Dark Souls 1 I might play again because it felt really quick. I think Dark Souls 1's a lot quicker than this game. Though maybe if I played this game again it would be quick. I'm not sure. Because I really didn't know where to go a lot. So if I knew where to go at all times it would probably be a lot quicker. But it is currently March. Early March. This episode will be March 12th. It's a little before March 12th that I'm recording this. This will be my last for the week. I will delay till next week before I start what I will play next. I need to check when the Elden Ring DLC is coming out. I think it's June? I need to check. Shadow of the Erd Tree is coming in June, which is 3 months away. I think Mogwyn Palace, Mikla's Cocoon, which means I'll need to be able to kill Mog, who I have beaten. I don't love Mog as a fight, because you have to find the specific crystal flask to be able to fight him without dying. I think I will go through a lesser playthrough of Dark Souls 3. Like, I played through it earlier this year. I don't know if there's anything on this YouTube channel, but I played through it recently. I'm just gonna between now and next week, I will either choose to go through it again on New Game Plus 1, or I will start a fresh Elden Ring character so that it will be there for June. Odds are I'll go with Elden Ring, because looking at Dark Souls 2, it took about... It's 7 a week, and I'm at episode 53 now. That would be 7 weeks. It's over 2 months. I think a New Game Plus 1 of Dark Souls 3 could be quicker than that. But then I'd only have like a month to go through Elden Ring. So I think I'll do Elden Ring probably. Starting next week, I will begin playing a fresh Elden Ring character. No idea what type of build I'm going to go for. It might be... It's not going to be Faith. It might be Strength Dex and not a magic stat. It might be Dex Int. It might be Strength Int. It's going to be Int if it's magic. I want to do Arcane, but Arcane's just bleed, really. And bleed is kind of... It's strong. It might have been nerfed since I last played, but it's not interesting. It's good. But I'll go probably Int, and it'll either be Strength or Dex with Int. Of course, I might change after I start, but that's the plan. I'll do Elden Ring starting next Monday. So, have a nice week and day. Bye-bye.